Vince Carter is the expert, the gatekeeper. And let's get to your very own segment, The Upper Room. Jaylen Brown has already entered the upper room, Vince. But let's take a look at five dunks from the past week and see who can get past the velvet rope. We're ready. First up, Andrew Wiggins driving a baseline on his former teammate.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. When you play your former teammates, you ready to go up and away. There's a lot of people who can fly, but how many of us can fly high? And right now, these are five guys that's flying pretty high. So Andrew Wiggins right now has entered himself in a consideration to be in the upper room.
All right.
Let's go to the next one.
Well, let's see if Lonzo finding Zach LaVine and hitting us with something casual, something light work. Let's see if that can make it into the upper room.
Yeah, Malika, you already know. Something casual, something light work. And he makes it look so easy. It's like, okay, I'm going to go this way, throw it in. And see, he was already mad at the referee. You see right there, after the 360, he looking for the referee. He's like, I just gave you a 6-7. You know, nothing, something light. But this is Zach LaVine, so he always has a chance to be in the upper room.
Always has a chance, but that doesn't sound like commitment to me, Vince. So that means we're going to roll on. Let's see Gary Payton II, which I like.
Oh,
Are we calling him the mitten, the glove, the mitten?
His daddy couldn't do this.
We call him Gary Payton II, the second. Here's the first one right here. Boom. And see, there's a reason he scratched his head, because he's like, bruh, did he really try to jump with me? Scratch your head. Like, yeah, I'm confused too, young fella. Off the one step. Ugh.
I thought he was scratching his head because he was like, did my head just hit the rim on that one? It was so sick. I'm just making sure my hair, my everything's still intact. All right.
What you scratching, Vince?
But we call it. Hey, that's all slow. Here, baby.
He can't scratch that. That's just a rub.
Oh, it's a nice rub, though. All right.
Like
well,
this,
Gary Payton was so amazing. Like he's in here twice. He's in here twice.
Nice to see him twice.
Yeah.
He's so nice. We need it twice. Let's see it again.
Oh, I love this one.
See, we call that levitation.
You call it what?
Some people levitate. That's levitation. Ooh, here's another view. Look at that.
Look how far back his arm goes. This is what you were talking about earlier on in our show. That sort of calculation of just how far back.
Now, when you're going to jump up there, you got to know what you're doing. And he got up there. He knew he could hold it back here. Blam, finish it.
I'm sorry, Vince, but I'm not part of that crew.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, Vince.
Respect.
All right, let's look at one last one. Let's look at one last one. Let's look at Miles Bridges with a big-time oop against the Grizzlies. You loving it?
So Miles Bridges, right now, we call that flying high. And see, and here's why we call it fly high. Remember that stretch, Malika, you were just talking about? That's a talent. That's not luck. That's a talent. And hey, look at that view right about there. Ooh, go get it. And all year, all season long, we're gonna see some regulars. You go to the club, you see regulars at the club, always in the VIP, want to get into the VIP, right?
And
Miles Bridges and GP
the regulars
is our regulars. But there's only a one that can always get into the upper room. So security guard, please open that velvet rope for Miles Bridges.
What?
To join us into the upper room.
Come on, V.
So Jaylen Brown was already in the upper room. He got in last week. But why? Why?
I want to explain. Okay, so we looked at what GP and we looked at what Wiggins did. And yes, Cat moved out of the way, boom, it was nice. But when you look at the angle, and that's why I wanted to show you that angle of him dunking, not only was it high, all right, this is like, okay, that looks mortal from that angle. Maybe that moved you a little bit from that angle. Look how far out, that was by the square. But here's your angle. Look where he catches it from, the stretch back, and then looks back. You have to hold that. That is not easy. It's levels to this, Pert. It's levels to this. It's levels to this, my brother. And he caught it, and he was holding it. And one thing, you have to focus on catching the ball. Another thing, knowing where the rim is. That's called levels.
Right, and I get that, Vince. But look, I've been on the other end of being dunked on. And, with dunks have meaning. And when I look at Andrew Wiggins, it's a lot of meaning behind that dunk.
A lot of meaning.
Okay, so he
100%.
dunked on Karl Anthony Towns, a guy, remember, his former team, and we remember.
Who got out of the way.
Okay, but listen.
He made that business decision.
This is the best part about it. Remember, Karl Anthony Towns had a little bit to do with calling the shots of getting Wiggins traded so he could get his bestie D-Lo up in there. So what I'm saying is the meaning behind it. Plus, he dropped 38.
You're talking about get back. We're talking about some get back.
Yeah, that's.
But when you come onto the upper room.
And Vince,
we go into the upper room.
Vince, you also established that bad passes mean better dunks. And so sometimes the more outrageous the passes, the better dunk, because you have to go up in there. And him being free allowed him to nail it, versus if defense was there, you had to like tap it in or throw it in.
Yeah.
That's your rule, right, Vince?
That's the rule. That's the rule. Like you want to make a tough dunk look easy, and to the naked eye, it looked easy. But that's why I wanted you to see that camera view. It's a lot. It's a lot that goes in this, Perk. It's a lot that goes in this.
I'm just saying, can we make a lower room?
Well,
like make a lower room for those who can't just get up like that. Make a lower room.
Hey, and I will give it to you. Now, if we were talking about the body bag,
he would be in the body bag. It sounds like, Vince,
sure
it sounds like you're going to buy Andrew Wiggins. You're going to comp him one of his drinks when he shows up at the club.
Absolutely.
You're just not inviting him into the upper room. It sounds like, all right, we'll pour you a drink, but we're just going to say maybe in the future you can come all the way to the upper room.
I want you to come on back.
All right.
Come on back in that VIP line, and maybe that rope will open for you.
Well, the good news, Vince, is that we're going to be doing this a whole lot more this season, and so there is going to be another chance for Andrew Wiggins, especially if Steph Curry keeps handing him that photo, reminding him that this is what we expect of you, for him to enter the upper room.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.